Hello everyone, welcome back to the Evil Within 1. So this will be the 3D model viewer video where we'll look at that and see what we can see. I do believe that previously I had already unlocked everything in the model viewer for the base game, so everything should be already unlocked in here. Like how it takes you to a separate room. Okay. See here. Yep, everything's unlocked, so that's good. I can show you everything. Alright, so we'll start with Sebastian Castellanos. So his height is 6 feet, 174 pounds, age 38. A fine detective, but often curt with people. Often acts before thinking things through, making trouble for others. Joseph is the only partner he's had for a significant duration. Okay, so the arrow keys will, not really the left and right, but the up and down will move the thing up and down. And then a left click will spin. Right click kicks you back out. A mouse wheel lets you zoom. So we can zoom in like really close. Pretty close anyway. And he does still have like hair physics. But it's cool. You can look at all the different aspects of the 3D model. You can even see the bullets loaded. See his badge. Of course, I'm trying to not purposefully zoom in on his crotch so the YouTube overlords won't block my video. So pretty cool. You can see his lantern up close here. I like how he just happens to have, you know, a little hook on his belt for the lantern. It's convenient, right? Yeah, all these little things, like the platforms, are all barbed wire on the bottom of them. You can see the Tango logo. Nice little touch. This is a throwback to the bottle cap models you would get in like Resident Evil 4. It's like this game's version of that. Okay, so that's Sebastian. Then we got Sebastian in his trench coat. Sebastian's favorite coat, given to him by his wife, Myra. He wears it all year long and never seems to get it cleaned. Okay, well. Got his alcohol canteen in hand. Can even he's got physics all over the coat. You can even see his wedding ring on his hand. Nice little detail. So yeah, you only get to see him in this coat in the beginning of the game. Other than that, this model is pretty much the same as what we already saw. Okay, Julie Kidman, 5'9", 119 pounds, 27 is her age. Kidman has little recollection of or interest in her past. Her only concern is what she has to do now and what will happen if she fails. Okay. So yeah, we'll be playing as Jolie Kidman in the Assignment DLC and the Consequence DLC. She's got a little patch on her arm here. Can't spin any quicker really because the mouse is kind of delayed. Got her cool little holster here. You can see these shoes up close. Yeah, females in Resident Evil games and stuff are always in heels, like Ada Wong, you know, in Resident Evil. Almost looks like they have laces. I think they do. They have laces, and then they have these straps over them. Interesting. Guess if there's any ladies looking at this video, you could tell me if there's actually shoes like this, or what your opinion is on these, because they look kind of unique. All right, Julie. And then here's Julie Kidman wounded. When encountered again in Ruvik's mental world, Kidman is badly wounded and very shaken up. Only she knows what happened to her while she was on her own. Yeah, which we'll discover when we play those DLCs. I was going to mention it in the last video of the playthrough, but I was going to say, you know, if you're confused by the story or like you don't get it, don't worry. I have understood more and more of it as I've played the game, but the DLCs do a pretty good job of tying up some loose ends and points where you may have gotten lost in the story. So you'll get some more clarification as we play those. Joseph Oda, he's 5'9". How tall was Sebastian? 6 foot. Julie's 5'9", so is Joseph. He weighs 148 pounds and he's age 33, so Joseph is competent and by the books, a reliable detective. He's considerate of others, but hard on himself. Once he's made up his mind, he sees things through to the end. His persistence often gets him into trouble, but he doesn't waver. Yeah. I didn't really have time to point it out either at the end of the last video, but in one of the tubs in that scene where we were looking underneath the glass where the beacon was, you could actually see the mystery man that I showed you up in the Victoriano mansion window and in the lobby of the Beacon Mental Hospital on a bench. He's in one of those tubs. You can see him briefly in the cutscene. And I think they might have also showed Joseph. I'm not sure. Well, he definitely was there in one of the tubs, but we don't exactly know what happened to him, if he's alive or dead. Okay, so he's taking his notes here. I mentioned in the playthrough too about the scene where you have to help Joseph get his glasses back. That I read on the wiki fandom page for this game that his glasses are from his grandfather, so he has a personal attachment to them. I thought that was an interesting side note that I didn't know about. Oh, his finger's going through one of the pages. Can't get the controls to cooperate here. You can see his fingertip. I thought there was a hole in the page, but it's his finger going through it. So yeah, notebook in hand. What kind of shoes you rocking? Some nondescript shoes, kind of like Sebastian has. All right. And yeah, if you press the R key, you can like hide all, well, not all of it, but you can hide some of the text. Okay, Nurse Tatiana. She's 5'9" as well. Weight 123 pounds and age 38. Tatiana is a nurse in the locked ward at Beacon Mental Hospital. Seeing so many things that no one should ever have to see has left her emotionally dead and eventually taken an even greater toll. Wow. Her little skirt has physics. Her ponytail. Now she's carrying a big document with her. What kind of shoes you got? Some plain old things. Okay. Tatiana is in Evil Within 2. She looks a little different slightly, and she's got a different voice actress, but can't zoom in on her name tag, but her last name is Gutierrez, I think. I may be saying that wrong. Alright. Leslie Withers. 5'8", 112 pounds. 25 is his age. Leslie has always compensated for his difficulty communicating by unconsciously emulating the thoughts of others. This characteristic is what Ruvik sought for his experiments in linking consciousness. Yeah. Well, you got all your toes. That's a plus. Sucks you got these like cinched up on his knees here. Well, above his knees and on his ankles. Okay. Marcelo Jimenez. 5'10", 157 pounds, age 50. Marcelo was a doctor who performed clandestine experiments on the patients of Beacon Mental Hospital, working in conclusion with a foreign organization. The organization had him instated as head of the hospital, but he ultimately disappeared under mysterious circumstances. He's got a little tie clip with the beacon symbol on it. I'm surprised he doesn't have his name on a pin on his jacket. He's the kind of person who wants you to know that he's a doctor. Okay. Laura Victoriani, I can't even say it. Laura Victoriano. So this is Ruvik, or Ruben's sister. 5'6", 101 pounds, age 17 at time of death. So when she got killed in that incident where those people burned down the little thing they were in, little, I don't even know what to call it, like a little farm hut, you know, where they stored hay and things like that. So she died. She died during that, but Ruvik survived and was just severely burned. But this is what, and this is the Spider Girl that we had to fight throughout the game. But this is what she looks like normally. So, as you can see, clearly see the resemblance. The long hair. Ruvik's beautiful, generous sister, the only one who understood him. In life, she preferred to wear red. So just a normal girl. Nothing was really necessarily wrong with her. Ruben Victoriano. 5'10", weight 157 pounds, age 37 at time of disappearance. Cut off from the outside world, Ruvik continued his research alone until one day a fire broke out in his basement laboratory. His body was never found among the smoldering remains of this once proud mansion. Right. So yeah, he's extra tore up. Gross. Yep, he got wrecked. Okay. Ruvik without robe. Naked Ruvik. Vicious burns have left his skin senseless and useless for regulating his body temperature, ravaged by ceaseless headaches and physical and mental seizures. He was known for being close to the physical limits of his body. Okay. What is that in his head? Like little rivets? Yeah. See how he's got like this whole freaking side over here just peeled off. Yeah, by the way, it's going to get pretty gross in the model viewer because we're going to be looking at actual monsters and creatures too. So if that's going to bother you, you might want to not watch the rest of the video. I don't know why he had to go as far as to remove that part of his skull so that you could physically see his brain. I don't know if that was necessary. Pretty gross. Ugh, man. That's pretty rough. Be hard to sleep at night with that. And he did lose pretty much this, well, pretty much. Don't have that ear anymore. All right, Ruvik. Ruben Victoriano, child. 5'2", 109 pounds, age 10. Child aged Ruvik when he still retained a shred of innocence. At this age, he began showing glimpses of his morbid interest, doing things like dissecting small animals. What's this on the ground? Is that like a dead rat? Ew, it's like one of those big-ass roach things. Or a beetle. I guess it's a beetle. I don't know how long this video will be. It might be an hour long. I don't know. There's a lot to go through here. Yep. Just a normal kid, right? Ruben Victoriano, child, scared. Or scarred, sorry. Ruvik lost his sister in a fire that is believed to have been set by local villagers. He underwent lengthy and painful rehabilitation, during which he met Dr. Jimenez, the man who would change his life. Okay, so right after he was burned in that barn, that's the word I'm looking for, with his sister, this is what he looked like. See, why did he still had all of his hair basically, except for right here. Why did he have to get his skull taken away? Right. Young adult Reuben, 5'10", 152 pounds, age 18, coming of age. Young Ruvik rejected further skin regeneration treatments, instead retreating into his basement laboratory. He's got his jacked up hands. Just decided to wrap his whole face up. Now he just looks like Marilyn Manson, you know, with his head wrapped up or something. Okay. Alter Ego. Height 6'7", weight 408 pounds. The result of connecting a subject with dissociative identity disorder to the STEM device. The dominant and alternate personalities blend into a single two-headed creature. Gross. The wiggling part's the grossest part. Oh man, this thing has its own mouth. Oof. That's freaking disgusting. How's that for some nightmare fuel? I'm actually wondering now if YouTube's going to be like, you can't show this. We'll see. That's freaking nasty, man. That thing has its own mouth. Okay. Sadist. Height 7'3", weight 309 pounds. A creature born from the mind of a murderer, merged with Ruvik's madness. He has lost himself to rage, becoming murderousness personified. Okay. This is the dude we first encounter when he has us strung up. He's got a spike collar on. He reminds me, well, I won't spoil another game. He's got some gross looking eyes. What is this? Royal oil. Okay. Oil canister. Some random tools of his. No, he does have hair. Huh. I actually don't think I really noticed that he had hair. I just assumed he was bald or something. Okay. Zen, Z-E-H-N, one of the brothers. Height 9'10", weight 419 pounds. Twin orphan, abandoned and raised in a laboratory beneath the cemetery. The more cowardly of the two, Zen lashes out violently at those he doesn't know and is usually kept chained up. Okay, what do you got going on? Well, you only got one good eye, looks like. Rough. He's got this crazy beater stick. like a pillar. Yeah, it's quite possible YouTube won't like me showing this stuff because it's detailed and close up. He's got some sprigs on his hair, or on it, sprigs on his hair. Some sprigs of hair up on his head. Alright. Then Noon, I guess. N-E-U-N. This is the other one. 9'10", 419 pounds. Twin orphan, abandoned and raised in a laboratory. Beneath the cemetery, Noon is never at ease and gets worked up so easily that he is made to wear a mask that covers his eyes and ears. Okay. Oh, man. Right through the frickin' nipple, dude. It's brutal. So we don't know how many eyes he has. This looks like a metal plate up here. Huh. Interesting. Ah, oh, man, he's got one in the back too. Cuts on the legs. Right. The Keeper. Height 7'7", weight 750 pounds. Yeah, that's because he's got all of those damn traps in the back of his box, and his head probably weighs, 300 pounds. I don't know if they're counting all of that, but a creature created from a blend of Ruvik's final memories before he was dismembered, and his fury at having his research stolen from his safe. Okay. Anyone who approaches the safe is killed, and their severed head added to those in the sack. Right. Okay, that's what's in there. So this is the guy that we'll be playing as in the Executioner DLC, which will be the third and final DLC of the game. We'll play as this dude. And we'll be playing in first person as well in that DLC. So yeah, this guy's got a lot going on here. He's kind of like the Silent Hill pyramid head of Evil Within. So this is like a meat bag. He swings it at you and hits you with it. And there's spikes and stuff coming out of it. But apparently there's heads in there. Interesting. And yeah, he's got this crazy ass hammer with a barbed wire around it. It has spikes on the end. And yeah, he's got the safe head. Which he can just tear off, and that kills him. And then he'll just regenerate back into another safe and spawn out of it like he did in the base game. So here's where he stores all of the traps that he sets out that wraps barbed wire around your leg. Right here's one of them. They got one of the guys laying here behind him with his leg in it. So those are the traps that he pulls out of his box. Kind of got that Texas Chainsaw Massacre look going on. Pretty intimidating. Trauma, that's what these guys were called. Height is 8'8", weight is 485 pounds. A creature born from Ruvik's concept of death and rebirth, based upon his rejection of the religion his father forced upon him from an early age. Okay. So yeah, like kind of having the cross, being nailed to the cross, which is literally what this guy is. Okay, we've just hit the 30-minute mark, so yeah, this video will be more along the lines of an hour, probably, which is not a problem. So these guys' faces, they don't really have a face. It's just a pile of meat. They have no hands. I'm not going to purposefully zoom in on the crotch region, even though it doesn't look like they've got one. They're obviously male, though. Alright. Sentinel. So this is that dog, wolf, whatever it is. Length is 7 feet 10 inches, height is 6 feet 11 inches, and the weight is 573 pounds. Guardian of the church, bred in a cult laboratory beneath the cemetery. He was raised on sacrificial victims and craves human flesh. Lovely. Yeah, this thing is pretty gross. The tongue's just hanging out. So, like, he's got multiple eyeballs. This part's like an extra mouth down here. He's got all of these eyelets, or whatever you call them, stuck in him so that chains can be attached to him to hold him in place. He's wrapped in barbed wire, of course. He's just got steel stobs going through him. I think it's a wolf. I'm not really sure. Oops. They don't really specify. It looks more like a wolf, though, than a dog. Yeah. Wonder if Joseph's glasses are anywhere in this scene. Be funny if they were. Like sitting on the rock somewhere. Alright. Laura Creature. So, height 10 foot and 2 inches. Damn. 485 pounds. A creature born from the memory of Laura's tragic death and Ruvik's own vengefulness. The thing is nearly immune to bullets and reacts violently to open flame. The hair. Sit here and do this all day. She's still got her little white shoes on. I don't think she's really got breasts under there, but they obviously use the hair to hide them, of course. Nightmare fuel. Creepy. Quell. So this is that tentacle thing that I gave a good beat down to in my playthrough. A creature, okay, let's see, 14 feet tall, weight 728 pounds, a creature generated by Ruvik's desire to remain unseen by others. It changes color to blend in with its surroundings and uses its long tentacles to ensnare the unwary and slay them. Yeah, so it can go camouflage like the Predator, like in the Predator movies. It's kind of faceless too, just a big gaping mouth with gnarly teeth. Pretty gross, man. They don't show the little larva spitty things that he spits out at you. They're probably in these cocoons or something. Gross, man. Shigio. Shigio. Is that how you say that? 20 feet tall. 1.4 tons. An aquatic monster born when a subject drowned during testing and their consciousness became lost within Ruvik's mental world. It dwells in the murky depths and attempts to pull under anyone who draws near. So this is the thing we encountered when we were swimming in water areas. It's a lot larger than it seems in the game. start at the top here. Gross. Ugh. It's like a combination of bodies, multiple arms. But you can see the heads from the bodies that are forming it. And then it's got like a creepy big head with a little bit of a little bit of hair on it. That's really gross. So that's what that thing looks like. Amalgam Alpha. 12 feet tall, 10 inches weight, 2.1 tons. The final consciousness of test subjects who died while connected to the stem, combined into one single horrific shape. It attacks anything that moves, attempting to flee from certain deaths. Attempting to flee from certain death. Okay. So yeah, this thing, man. It's got a big eyeball tentacle. There's one head. There's another head. And then there's an actual human attached to this thing right here. So he's still got a normal head with hair. No physics on the chains here. There's another body hanging right here. Because there's the head. So it's got at least 4 heads on it. And yeah, it's got like a rib cage coming out back here. There's a leg. The foot. Damn, there's another body. Right there. Wow. Can you imagine seeing this thing in real life? All right. Hearsay. I think that's how you say that. 30 feet tall, weight 3.8 tons. So this is the biggest, tallest, and heaviest monster yet. I think the last boss or last form of Ruvik is probably the biggest. A monster with massive insect-like legs. The creature is a test subject who completely lost his identity while connected to the stem and went on a rampage, devouring the consciousness of anyone he found. This thing's crazy. There's the head. He's got all these like hoses, tentacle things coming out. And then yeah, he spits out these nasty swarm enemies out of these little places. Gross. Ew, even the legs have little hairs on them. Yeah. So it appears that all these tubes are coming right out of the face or the mouth and going right into his ass. So that's rough, man. Amalgam. Height 68 feet tall, 320 tons. A creature that combines the anger and animosity of the victims of Ruvik's research and his own madness. It grows larger as it absorbs the fear and hatred around it. So this is the final boss we had to fight. And yeah, when you're using that Gatling gun, you gotta keep shooting this thing when it has the red circles so that it doesn't kill you or hurt you while you're trying to destroy the head and expose Ruvik. Little tiny ambulance down here. Amalgam core. Buried deep within the creature's body, Ruvik is only vulnerable when it opens its head, exposing the core. There he is. He's got this big mouth, and then there's Ruvik. Chillin'. That's actually reminiscent of a boss fight in Resident Evil 4 as well, where another enemy, won't spoil anything, not that I'm spoiling anything, but I haven't played the game yet, so I try to not spoil games I'm going to play on my channel. But there's a boss you fight in that game, and it's very similar, so I'm sure it's a reference to that. Haunted, Group A. So this is the regular kind of zombies of the game. Human test subjects connected to the stem and turned into creatures by synchronizing with Ruvik's consciousness. So they got the female with the knife. Got these guys, they got the noose around the neck. Male guy, and then there's the other male back here. They carry hammers or axes, torches. Got a spike right through the head. And then you got the larger dudes. A couple of different ones. He's got like a huge piece of glass like coming completely right out of his whole face. I can't zoom in any further. But you can see he just has this huge shard of glass coming out of his whole head. I don't think I've ever noticed that in the game. That's pretty crazy. Okay, so that's Group A. Here's Haunted Group B. Somehow even more people who couldn't be connected to STEM appear as monsters. So here's another female with another... got knife. Yeah, she has a knife. And then these nun types, females, they have knives. They have that little symbol, like the eye symbol, with the spike going through it as necklaces. Yeah, these are like, they look, you know, one way depending on which angle you look at them from. Their face is more messed up on one side than the other. Here's these sniper guys. He actually looks pretty decent, like normal, I mean. And then these are the male versions of the female versions of those. I don't know what you got in your head. Then Haunted Group C. Subjects retain a glimmer of their original consciousness, appearing as they did in life. However, having died in the real world, they have lost their true humanity. Here's Connolly, the cop that worked with us before he turned. And then that doctor. It's his little sickle. I don't remember where we saw these guys. These are the invisible ones. They got the like Cthulhu face kind of thing going on. And this guy back here. Okay. Haunted Group D. Haunted attack normal humans on sight and attempt to devour their brains, perhaps in an effort to recover their lost memories. So these guys are kind of more normal, somewhat. Freshly turned, I suppose. She's got something embedded in her face. So like each group, you know, of Haunted is just a more progressed version of the previous group. Haunted Group E. Though they are simple-minded, some of them use weapons and tools, and some individuals appear to be driven by someone's commands. Yeah, these guys wearing the masks. Yeah, I didn't get to show you in the game with this guy, but you can shoot their tanks, and they'll blow up. Haunted Group F. Some haunted having a higher level of synchronization with Ruvik wear strange masks and hoods. Well, only one of them really has a mask or a hood. Looks like he's got bombs attached to him. She's rocking a knife. She's got something stabbed through her hand here. This one's got an umbrella. That's a dynamite thrower. I think he's got a stick of dynamite in his hand. No, maybe it's a Molotov bottle. And then there's one of the Ruvik clones that shoot those Laura Claw hands at you. Okay, animals. So here's the different animals. Birds, livestock, and other living creatures not turned into monsters are almost certainly the remnants of memories of subjects connected to STEM. Here's little pigs, black hawks or crows, cows, another pig, another crow back here, Mr. Random Farmer dude. Most normal person we've seen. Oh, there's a bunny rabbit. No rats or mouse. Yeah, rats, because there was rats in the game. But they're not showing any of them here. Knife. Okay. A survival knife found stuck into a dead body in the room beneath the hospital, apart from a steak. I saw sneak and thought steak knife. Apart from sneak kill, taking on monsters with this is not a good idea. So this is our first weapon we get. Now that's a knife. Grenade. A valuable weapon when in a tight spot facing a group of enemies. Lack of care can kill you just as easily as any monster. Yeah, just pro tip, don't forget you have grenades when you play this game, because I always do. They are very good, very useful, but it's easy to forget that you have them. Handgun revolver. Revolver carried by Officer Conley. It doesn't appear to have been used very often. Perhaps there wasn't much opportunity. First weapon we get, our primary handgun in the game. It's got some little engraving here, but I can't zoom in any further than this. Shotgun. A shotgun designed over 100 years ago. It still performs today, but when discharged, the slide thrusts out the back of the receiver, often injuring operators who are not used to it. Guess they meet here. Just like pops back. I'm sure gun enthusiasts will, if nothing else, appreciate this video for being able to see these gun models. A sniper rifle. The rifle has an unusual design and appears to be handmade. The scope's mounted, hollow stock, and handling are rough, and the balance is bad. Yeah, this gun has a lot of weapon sway when you play, and you zoom in, and there's no accuracy adjustment. So, but it's a good head popper, that's for sure. Handgun automatic. The automatic handgun preferred by Joseph, originally designed for the military, it is sturdy and reliable. It has an excellent rate of fire and reload speed. That's what Joseph uses. Automatic, whereas Sebastian likes the manual because he's old school. The Magnum, a large revolver that fires high caliber Magnum rounds. The weapon itself, as well as its ammunition, are custom made. It makes a powerful trump card. Yeah, it's like a handgun with the power of a shotgun. A little more range, I would say. Agony crossbow. A powerful, specially crafted crossbow. The way that it uses trapped warheads means that it was probably created by Ruvik. Pretty cool. Would be nice if they let you rotate between the different ammunition types so that you can see what they look like too. This is just the general harpoon bolt. Burst handgun. Pulling the trigger of this special handgun fires 3-shot bursts. This damage-centric weapon is good at suppressing enemies, but it is not well suited for conditions where ammunition is scarce. Generally, I don't like these kind of weapons in games because you end up wasting bullets. Double-barreled shotgun. A side-by-side double-barrel shotgun. It is a dependable weapon with a high rate of fire and is a perennial favorite among hunters. Yeah. I think this is what you get when you pre-order the game or something. Let me look at that a little closer. Didn't spend enough time on it. It's got like a leather wrap here. It's cool. Tie it off on the bottom. Guess you can put extra shells. Yeah. Hold 4 extra shells in there. High penetration sniper rifle. A sniper rifle with improvements made to the barrel and action. It has a carbon stock and a collapsible bipod. The high-end rifle is used by military and police sniper teams. Yeah, this one probably doesn't have much weapon sway. Nice scope on it. One of those little pull handles. Got the machine gun. A light machine gun, presumably military issue. It uses rifle ammunition, so it doesn't pack a strong punch, but it doesn't kick much and is stable when firing. Okay. Reticle there. I think this part you might be able to pull down, like it moves down, hinges, or I should say. I guess it gives you something you can hold, another way to hold it. Not that I've ever fired one of these kind of weapons before. Then we have a rocket launcher. This military rocket launcher is incredibly destructive. Exhaust is directed out the rear to reduce recoil. Usage has been simplified to the point that anyone can operate it. Anyone. It's even got a scope. Yeah, see, like a little handhold like that, except this one's just down. Okay, so it just thump. Blows the exhaust out the back. This is what the sadist was shooting at us and stuff. What we used at the end of the game to kill Ruvik. Well, we actually killed him with our handgun, but... Yep. Then the last thing is the brass knuckles. Worn around the knuckles, this weapon increases the strength of physical attacks. Pretty much one-shots things. I talked about this in my other videos, my introduction video. Just guess you could walk up behind somebody, and instead of sneak killing them, stealth killing them, you just punch them in the back of the head and they just explode probably. Alright, so we've reached the end of the list here. And that was everything. Go back out to the main menu here. That's everything for the base game. So when we complete the assignment DLC and the consequence DLC, they also have model viewers. I don't presently have everything unlocked in them, and I may not when we finish the game either, because it's all dictated on finding things in the game to unlock the models in the viewer. I'm pretty sure for the base game, it's just you beat the game, I think, and they just all get unlocked. Is how it works, but the DLCs work differently. And then the Executioner DLC doesn't have a model viewer. So we'll do that at the end of those DLCs as well, when we get to them. In the next few days, we'll get into the next DLC, the first DLC, which is the assignment. So thank you very much for watching this. I hope you enjoyed it, for those of you that did watch it. Let me know in the comments if you like this kind of stuff. I mean, even if you don't, I'll probably still keep doing it, but let me know if you do like it. I'd like to hear from you. So appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.